up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the anime film Pokemon the movie I Choose You. Now this is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Pokemon franchise. So it's actually like a retelling of the actual Pokemon story, because you do have like at the opening you have Ash meeting Pikachu for the first time, and then he sets off on his journey, like battling other mobsters, and capturing them and so on. And he wants to be like the greatest like Pokemon master like in the world. Now the one I saw, like this particular version of the film was like at a Phantom event, and I went and saw it, because they had like 4 days where it was showing, and I managed to see it like on the last day that it was showing at a particular theater like in my area. So I decided, I'm gonna give this Pokemon movie a try, because I'm not really like a big fan of the franchise. I know the franchise, I think I have watched like a couple episodes of the TV show, like various shows they have, but I never really was like a big fan of like Pokemon, so I just decided to give this one a shot. And I thought it was entertaining, I liked it, the animation on it was like pretty good, it's funny as well. But the film itself, it does open with like Ash himself. He's just had like his 10th birthday. Then he goes off to like the professor, like to see like his professor, who makes him become like a trainer for the first time and gives him like a little Pokemon known as Pikachu. And of course at first Pikachu and Ash, they don't really get along. Like Ash wants to get along with Pikachu, but Pikachu is kind of against him, he's kind of like pushing him away, he's like electrocuting him and stuff. So those moments like that were funny, but eventually their bond does grow and they get closer and become like close friends, So then they set off on their journey, they meet like other companions throughout the story too as well. Now throughout the whole film, not to spoil it, like Ash, he does have like trouble getting Pikachu to get inside the Pokeball. Whenever he's like holding up, he say, "Pikachu, get in the get in it, get in the ball or something." But Pikachu is always against getting in it, it's like throughout the whole film, Because at first it's kind of the beginning of the film, but then it does actually like carry on throughout the film. You could tell it's like a major plot point of the film, Pikachu not wanting to get inside like this Pokeball. Now once the two leave, like Ash and Pikachu leave, they're on a journey, then like this legendary Pokemon known as Ho-Oh shows up, and it's like this huge bird that can like leave a trail of like a rainbow, and it drops like this feather down, and Ash captures it, and he decides, he wants to see like this legendary Pokemon known as Ho-Oh. So they actually go on a journey to meet this bird known as Ho-Oh. Now of course along the way, Ash and like Pikachu, they encounter like other like monsters or other Pokemon, that they have to fight, and he tries to capture them. He does capture a couple of them, and puts them like in a Pokeball and so on. And he actually encounters like other like friends and companions who join him on their journey too as well. And they also have like their own Pokemon, and they're all heading towards like the location of Ho-Oh, the legendary Pokemon, which is like the rainbow like type bird. When it leaves a trail, it leaves like a rainbow trail as it's flying, So they're basically actually after that. But at the same time, Ash himself, he wants to become the greatest like Pokemon. I think he says master, but I know his companions, they say trainer, So at times he says, I think master, but then they say trainer, So I think they actually like correcting him, what he really wants to become, But overall, this film was entertaining, Like I say, they had lots of cool like battles between like the Pokemon and stuff. Whenever they're like casting them out and throwing them, I thought like the fights they had were awesome and cool, Some of the abilities and special powers they had were awesome, Like Pikachu using like his electric ability and stuff like that, I thought was cool. And like the other like various like Pokemons, like where they're shooting like, like cause Ash, he has other Pokemon, I forget the name of, which can shoot like fire and stuff. Cause I'm not too familiar with the franchise, so I really don't really know that particular Pokemon's name, but the way it was shooting fire, and it has like a flame on its tail, I thought that one was cool. And it was actually evolving too, because at first it started out as like this little Pokemon, and it actually grew into like this large one. Then eventually it got much larger, towards the end of the film, Now like the actors and actresses in this film that provide the voices of these characters like Ash or Pikachu and so on, even I think the director, I'm not going to really touch on them because I'm not too familiar with the franchise. Plus like their names and stuff, I don't think I would even be able to pronounce it, because they have like Japanese versions, and then they have the actual like English dub versions. So it's like, I'm not going to touch on those because like their names, and stuff would be too hard for me to even pronounce, But overall, Pokemon, the movie, I Choose You, I think I'm going to be giving this a B-. The animation on it was like pretty cool. It had lots of humor. It was funny, And the action scenes whenever they're like fighting and stuff, I thought were cool. The look of the characters and stuff, I thought were cool, So overall, I'm giving a Pokemon I Choose You, or Pokemon the movie I Choose You, I'm giving this a B-. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.